Well,
right,
how is everybody today?
Well, hold on.
Oh, we're still holding on.
Yeah, here we go.
I got a good grip.
Ready?
Yep.
2, ready, go. Grab your friends and gather around. Hear the stories when you're down. With songs and smiles for miles. If you're looking for a place to go, I know one hell of a show. There's a place that'll make you glad. Opposite of being sad. DICK&Dank.com. DICK&Dank.com.
Welcome back to Dope Discussions with Dick and Dank. We've got we're doing a Zoom meeting today. Thanks you, Dunk, our distant assistant, letting us use her Zoom account. And Dick's on Zoom, and then John Hollman the Trauma Translator, if you follow him on Instagram. Inspirational story. He's an amputee, and I don't want to say much more. I'm going to let John tell us all about himself and what's going on, and how cannabis has helped him like it's helped the rest of us.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you so much for giving me the opportunity and the honor of being on a platform that y'all have worked so hard to be able to fuel with education, humanity, and community. It's just amazing to even have the honor to be here with you guys.
Well, thank you for your kind words, because we have a different perspective, but I appreciate it.
Well, what is your perspective?
Well, to us, we're new to this. We've only been doing this a year. We have no clue if this is any good. We're just doing what we do and hoping people like it. So we're both newer to cannabis. We're new stoners. Me, since probably COVID, I started. I had an accident, and then I've been using it ever since. And I want to use my broadcasting degree and share the message of how cannabis is helping so many people and destigmatize it so people can feel more comfortable using it in public, talking about it, letting people know that, hey, I smoke weed, so it's always, why do you use it, and how's it helped you? And, for people that don't know, Trauma Translator, you're an amputee from the knee down on your right leg?
Below knee amputee on my right leg.
Yeah, and you've got one of those, like, I don't know, what do you call it? Those, like, running little blades or something on there?
I just got presented a running blade from the mayor of our town.
Wow.
To be able to run in my first 5K I ran Saturday. So it was an amazing event. I got a lot of outreach and a lot of support from the community. I mean, literally the Bellevue mayor was out talking to me and following me on my page, and he started becoming a relationship, where he texts me now and he says, keep up the good work, and his wife reaches out, and
sure.
We just got brought into this community, and just to go ahead, just stop right there and just bring it all right back to a backstory. 12 years ago, I had a career. We had started a family. We had 2-year-old twins, and we had an 8-month-old. We were living in Florida, in Venice. And we were right by Sarasota. We had a palm tree in the front yard. We're 10 minutes from the beach. You think, when you think of a life, if you could write that in your mind real quick like that, that sounds like, you're doing okay. You're doing okay. You're getting started in life. You got some kids and you got something going for you. I'd always worked construction. I'd started out rough, and I just worked in the oil fields in New Mexico, and I started building houses in Tennessee. And so I've always just done hands-on manual labor. That's where I thrive.
Okay.
So we were living, things were going good. I planned the day. I just didn't plan to fall.
Right.
I went and got a ladder from Lowe's. I climbed up on the roof. I was just going to clean out some gutters, real simple thing, trim some trees back. Hop down, have lunch with my wife and kids. Just another day in the park. Wasn't anything to it. Got all my work done. I went to get off the roof, and the ladder slipped.
Oh, shit.
And I fell 8 feet from the eave. And in 8 feet, you don't have a lot of time to
no time.
react. You don't have a lot of time to make decisions. So I just fell. I was 6'2", 270 pounds at the time. And I hit the ground. When I hit the ground, I landed on my right knee. I knew instantly there was something wrong. I couldn't get up. I knew there was something wrong. I hollered for my wife to come help me. And She couldn't carry me. I was too big. She had to come around the house with a car. It was a big production to get me to the ER, and went through the whole production, and it wasn't as bad as we thought. The ER just assured us you've just simply fractured your tibia. All you got to do is follow up with a specialist in a couple of days, or as soon as you can get an appointment.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get you lined up. You'll be fine.
Okay.
I've broken
Reassuring.
bones. Yeah, I've broken bones. I'd had a grinding disc explode and hit me in the chest. I've been
Ouch.
struck. I was a lightning strike survivor. I
Damn.
had a tree get hit, and I almost
some
nearly
bad
died.
karma
I've
or
been in
something.
car accidents. I knew how to manage the language and deal with the structure of pain and recovery. I
Okay.
was pretty good with it. So I went home, and they gave me some pain relievers, and that was Wednesday. And my leg started to swell. It just started to swell. I started to take more pain relievers. The pain was getting worse. By Tuesday night, my leg had turned black.
Oh.
And we didn't know what to do. We were waiting. We were going to see the doctor the next day. I think that's what most people would choose to do. I'm going to ride the storm out. We see a doctor tomorrow, just a little longer, and we'll have some ease. Well, I got to the doctor, and he assured me that everything was fine. This is normal. What I'm going through, gave me some more pain medicine.
Sounds like malpractice right here.
Yeah. Wait till you hear the story. Sent me home, and that was Wednesday. That was Friday. I went on a Wednesday. I got hurt on a Wednesday. I went on a Friday. Friday, I came home. My wife found me unresponsive at 11 that night in bed. I had yellow mucus out of my eyes, my nose, ears, and a little gurgle in the back of my throat. She could not wake me up. She did everything. It's that time when your wife gets to slap you, you don't get to say nothing about it. She did everything. It could not wake me up. And you can imagine the fright. 2 twins and an 8-month-old. And now I'm laying there and you don't know what's wrong. I can't wake up. She cuts the paramedics there. They wrap me up in I get a little emotional sometimes with this story.
No, take your time.
They wrap me up. They take me. My wife says, the room smelled like death. It just smelled horrible.
The gangrene kind of thing?
Sepsis was setting in.
Okay.
I was starting to get just a second.
You're good. I've been there. I've been in a major car accident, brain injury, traumatic brain injury. I get it. Every time I tell the story in support group, I still get choked up.
Yeah. Compartment syndrome was setting in with my leg, and that's what was happening. And in I was getting septic. When compartment syndrome sets in, what happened is my muscles in my legs were strangulating, and they were killing themselves. And as they killed themselves, they let a toxin off. It went and started to shut my kidneys down. When my kidneys started shutting down, it told the rest of my organs we're checking out. So I was in complete organ failure. Everything was shutting down. And they got me to the hospital, and they sent my wife to see a priest and to call my mom. And they just said, we don't think he's going to make it. They're doing everything they could. My wife said the room was just full of people, and they had done everything, but they just couldn't figure out what was going wrong. And 5 days later, I woke up out of a coma, paralyzed. I couldn't talk. I remember staring. I couldn't walk. I had big wound vacs on each side of my leg. They were like leeches, just sucking these big open wounds on the side of my legs, because when you're septic, they can't close your leg. They have to open it up to let the pressure out, and it has to heal from the inside out. So I had to keep my leg for 2 years, and work on it like I was going to keep it, like it was going to work for me again one day. And it was really, really gory. It was really hard. It was hard for my kids to see all the bloody bandages, all the home care, all the. I got addicted to my pain medication, so they lost their father in the process of me losing my leg.
Right.
No, it was so damaging. And I say that because it has to be said so it can play into why cannabis is so important. Um, Trying to put our life back together, as you can imagine, my wife was
I don't have to imagine.
she had worked for 8 years at that time, 9 years for Publix in Florida, and was putting a career together. And when it happened, the role reversal, everything just swapped on us. And she tried to work for a year. She did everything she could to work, and then she had to quit. We had to cash in our 401k, and we had to just start. She had to quit. She had to quit for a year to stay home with the kids and me, and we lost everything. We lost everything twice. Uh, we lost everything in Florida, and then I was so addicted to my pain medications that there was no way. There was no way out. Um, Besides death. Like there was no other way out. And so we moved to Colorado Springs. And I was able to get off all the medication by using cannabis. I was able to start controlling phantom pain that was absolutely uncontrollable. It was absolutely just destroying my life. And as it is still currently, there's 2 million plus amputees just in the U.S. right now, and there's over 100 that are becoming amputees every day. And phantom pain isn't talked about because there's no amputee strong enough or feeling like they have the platform that's safe enough to talk about something that nobody knows how to has the language to absorb. Because it's such a neuroplastic thing.
Yeah.
Um, Phantom
Neuroplasticity.
pain is the memory of pain that doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
that's a
nerves
big
aren't
one.
there.
That's heavy to hold on to.
You got the wires connecting to go receive the pain, and the receptor isn't there anymore. So it's just like you're in pain all the time, even though it's not there. You still feel that leg. It's not there, but you can still feel it hurt.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And what that receptor does is it has a traumatic response, just like our psychology does. And that receptor, which is what's making me sweat like crazy right now, that receptor, it works our imagination, and it tells me to match a picture with the pain that I'm feeling in the leg that I don't have. And that pain's always either I'm on fire, I'm having my toenails pulled off or things shoved underneath them.
Oh,
I'm having hot iron shoved up the center of my foot. My foot's being broken. So I have to not just feel that pain, but my mind, it creates the picture. So what cannabis allowed me to calm down my nervous system enough, really my vagus nerve enough, so that I could calmly concentrate on not becoming the identity that my imagination wants me to become. It
yes.
wants me to be a victim, and it wants me to keep giving me a good reason to purpose my pain.
Your brain protects you, and it's trying to keep you safe from more pain. Let's keep you here. Don't do anything. Let's depress you. Yeah.
Tell me a reasonable story why it's happening so we don't have to fight. We can lay down and try to be
Exactly. Yep. And give up.
And cannabis, it allowed me to build a language between me and the damaged part of my brain that I was trying to love out, to get back out into the open so I could meet it where it was, so I could find out what was going on, so I could help love it into a place where it didn't have to be so angry. That person that screamed at my kids, that was hard to deal with my wife, that isolated from everything in life and joy and the good things. Now I could sit down and I could, instead of thinking I have to deal with this monster today, cannabis allowed me to write a different narrative. It allowed me to say peacefully, this guy got broke for a reason. And you're not going to fix him by punishing him even worse than he's already been punished from the pain that he's endured.
Yeah.
You're going to have to love him into some kind of peace. And so cannabis allowed me to let go of the aggression.
It's doing the same thing for me. I just didn't equate it so directly, because I'm doing that.
And then I was able to start,
and
I learned about seeds, and I was able to learn about growing. And I was able to get connected with an amazing friend of mine, Dustin and Christy. They're just an amazing family, which I hope through this podcast, I get them to be the next guest. because it's hang fire genetics, and they changed my life. I had tried so many things to grow. And when you're not good at growing and you're already in a lot of pain and you're trying to make medicine, it's a very tricky situation. And you make a lot of costly mistakes. It can be really expensive. You can put your family in peril. You can get yourself in trouble. It was so hard. Because once I found out what worked, then I found out I couldn't have it. Or I had to be a certain place to be able to enjoy it. So that means that made me feel like, well, I'm only going to get to be healthy if I could be in a certain state.
If you play by their rules.
Yeah, and Colorado wasn't anywhere we could stay as a family that was starting over. We lost everything we owned there once. It's expensive to live in Colorado.
Yeah.
Yeah, weed's free, or it's easy to get, and the whole place smells like a big damn dank factory. But you can't afford it, and the things that you can't afford housing. You can't afford the medicine and food. It's ridiculous. So
where do you live now?
Now I live in Nebraska. My wife she was able to transfer her job with Natural Grocers. She works there, and she's a vitamin consultant and talks with people about vitamins and stuff like that. So anytime I can help you guys out with something, please send me a private message. If you need to try something or you want something, you want to try a vitamin, let me know.
Okay.
So I can help you guys out with some samples. And let you
I used to travel to Nebraska for work. I managed when I was still in operations. I managed a couple, one in Omaha and then one in Lincoln, and I really love the state. I love the drive between Omaha and Lincoln. I like to go fast, so 6 lanes doing what is it? I think 75 or 80 is the speed limit. It's like, all right. So, I agree. And apparently that's just to funnel everybody down to the stadium for football games. But,
it is. We're in Bellevue, so I don't know if you know where Bellevue is. We're right outside of Omaha.
Yeah, so Omaha, that location I managed, they service the entire state. They had Grand Mound. They had a couple of drivers that stayed in Grand Mound that lived there, and they would work from our repair shop. But otherwise, he managed the whole state right out of Omaha. And then the medical waste was the same thing. So it was, and then Colorado was like right there. I was so close to Colorado. I was like,
I know it.
If I could make the trip all the way there, I could, But now it's legal here in Illinois. That's where we live, and Dick grows it, so he's learning from. Who's your grower there? You want to throw him a shout out?
Daily.Homegrown.
There you go. Daily.Homegrown. He was at episode 24. He's the one that's taught Dick everything he knows how to grow. And then we're trying to get me into it. I got some free seeds from Big Money Genetics. Thank you, Big Money. They were episode 21. And they gave us some seeds. And so I might start being able to grow. And then I could post every day on our social media here at Mr.Dank5. And then everybody can see what I go through and how I treat every day. But you're an inspiration. Now, you just did a 5K. Right, and then because I always see those
Saturday, my first one ever, and I'd only ran on my blade for 30 minutes.
Really,
I had gotten it presented to me by the mayor. I went to a running clinic because I wanted to get a new leg to walk slower with my daughter, because the leg I had was meant to move fast. Because when I asked for it, my kids were smaller, and they were at the age where you would say stop, but they wouldn't stop until they got hit by the car.
Yeah.
Yep. You're like, quit, stop, but then they just like keep on running.
Yep.
So I wanted to run, and then I realized that I couldn't. I was outrunning everybody. I was ahead of everybody at Halloween, and they were like, "We don't want to walk fast, Dad. You're going to slow down." Which I guess
is that a different tension then on the blade? It's more soft.
The blade itself is made for running. Now, it's not as comfortable to walk on. It's made to be under pressure. It's made to really start pushing.
Okay, so
forward.
the blade alone is for running, and then if you're not running, you have a leg that you put on. Okay.
Yeah. If I'm not running, this right here is my everyday leg.
All right.
And this is a new carbon fiberglass ankle that it's brand new, one of a kind. It's first one that it's had. It's vacuum fit. I got a vacuum right here.
Okay.
That makes everything vacuum fit. So
that's what holds it on. Intimate. Okay.
Feels really good. I get a lot of good crush and cushion out of my heel. I can use my toe a lot more.
Nice.
And so the blade, I'll always just use the blade for running races. And which now that I've ran one, they want me to run more.
Of course. Well, you're an inspiration. It's fun to have you in the race. Yeah, look at that.
That's the blade.
That's nice.
Oh wow.
It looks like
So that
it's
just
just
goes on
I
the
can
bottom
put
of
it
the
on.
other leg.
It connects like that, and it's a simple 4 bolts. I can connect it myself. It's got some tread on the bottom,
yeah, like a little
kind of
shoe.
like a shoe.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see how you could run faster with that.
Is that the toe or the heel?
That's a toe.
This is the toe right here.
You run on your balls
Okay.
or your feet.
So yeah, it's like that.
I'm a fat guy. I don't run.
Run for the donuts.
Oh,
No,
snap.
not even that. I walk to the donuts.
He said, "I don't even run for donuts."
Right?
Nope.
That's awesome.
I don't even run for a fire.
Right?
Oh my god.
You know, and Dick used to be he was an EMT, so he's familiar with some of these situations. And, you know, I could just picture him when you were lying there in the bed and unconscious. I could picture him being the guy that got called, having to come in and help somebody like that.
Now
Yeah,
that you say that, I looked at him the same way. I was like, you actually have seen what I'm saying.
Right. He
Yeah.
has.
So actually, technically, I was a critical care paramedic when I quit finally. But yeah, when you were describing your injury, I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, that fucker's got compartment syndrome. And then you started talking, and then anyway, it was just kind of interesting. Like everything that you were saying, like they taught us in paramedic school, but
Wow.
you don't see those injuries very often. So
Well,
like
that's
in
what
my
you said in
mind,
the
my
ER.
jaw.
But I
Yeah,
didn't think that was a good reason to lose my leg, but
yeah, right. No, you're 100% right. But yeah, my job the whole time I'm like, oh my god, they taught us all about this guy, but I never saw it.
Yeah,
So
it's good
And
you could have
it's funny you
identified it,
say
though.
that, because that's exactly what everyone tells us. All the ER doctors, any professional medical person I've ever spoke to, they've never seen what I went through, but they were taught about it.
They all have the training, but have never seen. That's how rare it is.
Yep.
Yeah, it is very rare.
That sucks.
I actually, there's a guy, Dr. John. I'll have to share him with you. He's in Sarasota. He's a doctor. He just lost his leg the exact same way. The only person I've ever heard of that lost it that way. And he reached out to me because I had talked about it. He's like, I can't even believe there's somebody else out there that went through this.
You know, I like to believe that everything happens for a reason. You went through your accident. I went through my accident. And that's brought us both to weed and brought us here together today. So we can share this message with the world and how much weed can do for you. And then bringing the people that can grow their own our episode yesterday, man, he's been growing weed forever. And just to keep him steady, and he's an artist, but to keep him steady and functioning.
Oh my god, that guy grows so much weed and smokes so much weed.
Oh, I mean,
Really?
he was rolling joints the entire time we're recording, like nonstop. Now, I guess it was my fault. I was supposed to light it and pass it back, and since I didn't, he just kept rolling more. I was like,
You
oh,
forgot to pass.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
It was pretty
It was a lot
fun.
of
So
fun.
you'll have to listen to that episode. It's not up yet,
that's
but it
for
will
sure.
be. But, yeah. So
Yeah, I got some. I would like to get some seeds to you too. If you're gonna do some growing, the Hank Fire Genetics, the guy that I'm leaning on right now, that he made all the difference. Him and his wife, they made the difference. I've been trying to grow for about 2 years, and it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad. But he's a serviceman. He got hurt serving our country.
Yep.
He lost people in front of him. He lost people, soldiers, brothers, and you know how that is when you're trying to put your life back together, and you've got kids, and you've got a wife, and you've got a mental disorder, and you're talking about cannabis. Very few people understand cannabis, and most won't even open the door for you.
And that's the problem here, because as I'm trying to learn how to smoke it, if you listen to early episodes, Guy on the Couch, we come from different backgrounds, grew up separate, but then somehow me being an Eagle Scout veteran and him being the guy on the couch, whatever we'll describe him, a completely different childhood, but smoking weed since high school, me new to it. And then we're coming together, and he's my only friend basically to teach me what little I know about cannabis. And then I meet Dick here, and we said, well, let's just start a podcast and learn from anybody and everybody. But he's growing it, so along the way now I'm smoking it more, using it more, learning about microdosing and things like that, and the different cannabinoids. We've been talking to the managers of the local dispensaries, having them on as guests, just to try and grow our audience and then spread the message so I can be that idiot, ask dumb questions and learn, and then everybody else can learn from my mistakes. So,
man, I love that, because questions make me feel safe. Questions make me feel like I'm included and I'm able to grow.
I like to ask a lot of questions. That's for sure.
So yeah, I hope to. I'd like to. There's so much I want to talk to you guys about. We can't even. I want to have a few more where I
we'll
can
make
talk with
you a
you guys. 'Cause
recurring
I want
guest
to talk
then.
about microdosing too. I would like to talk about the phantom pain, which I was able to get control of using a strain from Hangfire Genetics.
Well, let's keep
A
going with
purple
that then.
tide.
Yeah, let's keep
It-
talking about that. Your phantom
yeah,
pain.
okay, I got.
Uh,
They were generous enough to donate me some seeds. I was just outreaching, trying to work phantom pain out of my life, or at least manage it. If I
Yeah.
could just manage it, I felt like I would have won. And I got to talking with Hangfire Genetics, Dustin, and he just we kind of clicked. And he told me his story, and I told him mine. And when he sent me the purple tie and times the see purple tie times Hell's Half Acre.
oh,
And I want to tell you what, I got some pictures I'll send y'all. I grew this with tap water and a bag of organic soil. And I grew one of the most amazing, well, four of the most amazing, vigorous plants I had ever seen grow in my life. The roots were coming out of the bottom, all over the bottom of my tent.
wow.
It was insane. That's why I would love for you to get to, I would love to get you some of these to let you see
Well,
what
I
it
won't
does.
stop you.
The medicine, what's in this medicine, it is, I just do not know how to even explain it yet.
Yeah.
And that's why it needs to be in somebody else's hands that has a platform that can give it the light that it needs, because it is amazing.
All right.
For
So
phantom
then
pain.
your phantom pain, you found that. Now, what was the name of the strain again? I tend to forget, but
It's
I love the names. Okay.
Purple tie times Hell's Half Acre.
Well, then that's
And
when
what
you
they're
make a
going to
new
try and
name.
do, they're going to try and make a strain out of it, and they're going to try and make a strain called Gypsy Juice.
Gypsy Juice. All right. So
You guys got to talk to these guys. I mean, they
you line it up. You're the one with connection. You line it up. I'll be happy to talk to them. So Gypsy Juice now.
I'm lining it up. I'm going to line it up because you guys, you would just love to talk to these people, and they're so talented, have so much wisdom, and they've made so many expensive mistakes.
All right, let me ask you this question then. So obviously you're using it to treat your phantom pain. You're growing it yourself. Now this Gypsy Juice that they've just formulated for you, this genetic company. Now, would this be the strain? Now I've been asking the other growers, what do you always have growing, all the time? Like, is there one plant that you just keep producing? Because they like to try different strains, different. Well, let's try this one. Let's try this one. Let's go back to this one. But some of them have like one that they just always keep a plant or a clone or something growing for that one specific strain or variety.
The glues have always been good for me. I've always done a lot of with nerve pain. Glues have always been really
The goat
good.
glue. Dick grows a goat glue, and he uses it for his back pain.
Okay, yeah, I don't, but I haven't been able, because I'm so new at it. I can't like talk to this big variety of. I haven't used a big variety of things, which I think
Okay.
is good too.
Well, and that's what we've been talking with the. We're talking to Daily Homegrown. Trying to get there. All the trial and error he went through, and the note taking is like, this is the one that works best for me. So then I'm like, well, how do you get to that point so I know which one I want to grow? He's like, well, just start growing anything and try it, because it's going to take you a while to get the growth right anyway. But so
It is.
yeah, and then
It's
I have a
such
farming
trial and error,
background,
but
but
it
I
can
never.
be a fun trial and error process,
Well, yeah.
as long as you don't make it too expensive.
Now Dick just he went through the trouble of there was what was wrong with their last plant? There was a fungus or a growth on
mold.
it. But yeah, white mold, he said, and they had to throw the whole thing away, just kind of a waste, which sucks. But this is how you learn.
Yep.
Do you ever experience things like that?
I haven't yet. I've been lucky enough not to, but I have seen people that have they've gotten the mites, or they've gotten the little spider mites in there.
Yeah,
I've seen that, and
Dick, it sounds like you're doing something wrong.
I've just been lucky enough not to have. I've always kept a really clean tent. I can't say that I've done something better than anybody, because I'm not that educated about it yet.
Yeah.
But I know that I keep everything really clean after every cycle. I wash everything down with alcohol. I clean my lights. I clean everything, and I don't go too big. When I had mistakes in the beginning, I bought a 4x8 foot tent, and I was trying to grow huge plants like I saw people doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was miserable. I sucked at it, And every day I sucked at it worse.
So don't go too big too fast. Start
pH
small.
levels and all these pH this and that. And it was a nightmare. And I needed medicine for trying to learn to grow weed.
Yeah, right.
That's why you buy it from the dispensary.
Yeah, I was like, I might go to the doctor and give me some Valium. Because why? Because this weed's kicking my ass, and I can't smoke it yet.
And how do you feel about it now?
I got a tent full of assholes in there, and I don't know what to do with it.
So the backstory is I got hooked on clones through Daily.Homegrown, and I really like growing clones, and I had only bought clones from him, and I ordered these clones off the internet from a reputable place. And it came in on the clones. So, it's one of those, you live and you learn. Like,
you didn't catch it, you could have sprayed it or anything like that.
So when I went to, prominently, what's the name of their store? Dank. They changed the name on me and now I forget. It used to be HTG QC Garden Supply.
Okay.
Sorry, that's the local store, grow store. I went there and I talked to them, and we actually did a podcast there.
Yeah.
And I was talking to them about it, and they said, you can spray this stuff, green something. But anyway, and that is supposed to take care of it. But they said that it gets in the genes somehow.
So then how much of your clones
would it compromise the whole species, the whole plant?
Yeah, so I think they were telling me that like 70%, they think 70% of the clones out there actually have this. So
how much do clones cost then when you go to buy them?
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, these cost me $49.99 a piece. But like the big time clones on this website, we're going for $150 to $250 a clone. So perhaps I bought cheaper clones too now in retrospect, and maybe if I got more expensive clones,
get what you pay for.
Maybe this is a get what you pay for, and $50 for a clone is cheap.
But I think you need to reach back out to Big Money, because didn't they say like they're just hybriding the seeds and then they have all these starter plants or clones or whatever, then they just get rid of them, like they don't use them, they don't need them, so that you can just take theirs and start growing them if you want to make it easy.
Yeah. I want to form a connection, because he seemed like a good dude and they got good stuff. And totally, absolutely.
Well, plus he was going to he was come out here with his volcano, and we're going to smoke his Map and Warrior or whatever it was. So we got to line that up yet too.
That's got to happen.
I know. Yes. Yeah, the volcano. Have you seen the volcano? It's like a dry herb infuser. So you just put your dry herb in there and it heats it up. There's no smoke, no flame, you don't get all that other, butane and stuff. And
my buddy Dustin has one at Hangfire. He was telling me they'd got one at a deal. He was like, man, if you can ever get you one of these, he's like, it makes your weed go farther. It's easier on your lungs. It intensifies the effect. Yeah, everything about it was just, top notch.
I mean, the sales pitch is there. It's easy, but I'm not ready to spend the money on one.
No, they're high.
Maybe we can get Volcano to sponsor an episode by giving us one.
So John,
we get enough reasonable options on here. We talk about something that's really awesome, like phantom pain and neurological issues, and people putting things together and helping people that can't help themselves. People want to get involved and they want to sponsor things like this. I'm telling you, they do.
Well, Dick, I believe they're based out of Germany, and I know we're getting a following in Germany because weed's legal there now, and they're going crazy about it. So I've yet to have a German guest, but I think somebody reached out to me a long time ago when we started, and I'll have to see if I can find him. But I'm excited to expand this to wherever it'll go. But talking to people like you and just hearing the stories and growing our audience by hearing everybody's story of what they went through and how much weed helps them, just so we can educate and promote. And how do we get the non-weed smokers to listen to our show? I'm handing out stickers at the dispensary.
We make them jealous.
Everywhere.
We get together and we make them jealous. We make them wish that they had a group of people to support them like we do.
I agree.
We give them hope. We give them hope. We give them hope to have the same hope that we have every day, that makes us have the relationships to stay together and keep building these bridges that are going to span over this vast region that people have no idea. But we're all building bridges. The fact that we're together today, we're building bridges.
Absolutely. I mean, the internet, Instagram lets us share this weed message. So, I'm thankful for that. But now you're okay. So you're growing, you've got your strain you like, and you're practicing, you're getting better. How would you rate your on a scale of 1 to 10, your skill level as grower?
I'm going to say it. I'm going to humbly say right now it's a 4.5, about a 5. The last grow experience I had with the Hangfire Genetics, it was the most mind blowing. It was life changing. I mean, and I'm not trying to just promote something. Like, it was life changing. The seeds did all the work. The plant did everything. I had to just build a structure to show up and water it on time.
Yeah.
Water it, not too much. Don't give it plenty of more. I don't know what I did.
Well, and they say that, though, that the certain strain can be harder or easier to grow, or some of them are just more difficult, and maybe the more difficult ones are more worth smoking. I don't know. I'm not a grower to have that experience, but
no, I didn't know that either, and I guess I kind of wanted to believe that too. That maybe something you had to work at more was going to offer a little more of a reward,
right?
Something that came a little easier. Maybe it wasn't going to be as dense, or it wouldn't be as frosty.
That's me overthinking it.
Quality.
All right, Dick. How about you? On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your growing?
3.5.
3.5. And then
maybe 2.
I feel like I should level down now. I feel like I should go back.
Well, you haven't smoked his weed yet. I wouldn't do that yet.
So I got to tell you, I had one run that was fucking just killer. Like, I knocked it out of the park.
Okay.
And then I got cocky and I thought, I got this shit, and I didn't watch shit like I was supposed to, and I did a shit job. And then this last time, wasn't my fault. That was going actually really well.
Yeah.
But
you get out of it what you put into it.
So since we've been talking, I texted a buddy of mine who is a double amputee. He's a gold medalist for the United States Paralympic hockey team.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, he lives in Des Moines, and so I told him about. I sent a screenshot of your Instagram. I was like, "Hey, we're interviewing this guy right now," and told him what it was, and he said that weed doesn't even touch his phantom pain. So
really?
I said
maybe it's the wrong strain.
Well, that's what I just texted him. I was like, "Well, hey, is it Hangfire or Hankfire?
Hangfire.
Okay.
Genetics. I will make sure y'all have all.
You send us the link, and then we'll put it up when we put the episode on the website. We'll add their link, we'll add your link, whatever I need. However, I figure that out. But
yeah, because honestly, nothing had helped me either. It was just I had decided it was just going to be a cancer I was going to die with. It's just how I saw it. A cancer that it was just as debilitating.
Thank goodness you didn't give up.
It stole just as much of my time and my family's life as cancer. Just the same philosophy. It's just a different pain. And nobody could rock it to sleep because nobody could see where it started and where it ended because my foot was gone.
And they think you're a piece of shit because you're hooked on pills.
Yes.
Right?
They do think exactly. So you're actually cornered into a place that you don't. That's why I'm very passionate because people take their lives because of this.
Yep. I do. Trust me. I saw it as a paramedic. Like I saw people like you, like I used to take care of you. I'm not literally.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah.
And I used to, like, when I was a new paramedic, I used to think guys like you, or not just guys, but people like you, I was like, man, what pieces of shit. You know what I mean? And then thank God I grew. And then one day I was talking to a guy as I was taking care of him, and it just dawned on me. I'm like, oh, nobody wishes for this shit, so it's completely different. So I understand where you're coming from, as far as that
I
goes.
wish to be okay, but nobody wishes to be sick. Nobody, you know what? In a life when things are okay, you can wish and you can dream. When you have trauma and you're sick, you only got one fucking wish. And one fucking wish is to feel better. And it doesn't even come with conditions. It's not even negotiable. You take it any way you can get it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was able to get off the pills. And when I got off the pills, I could get out of my way. When I could get out of my way, I had to face a lot of demons, and I had to see, my family damaged. And I had to accept that I damaged them. I damaged all the relationships, all the trust, all the peace. And I just wrecked it. And that was so hard. I still have it. It's hard. It's hard.
Yep.
But
all right. Before I forget, do you remember your first time smoking weed?
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, 14 years old. I was 14 years old. I come from abuse. I come from a very abusive childhood. My father was a minister. He's also incredibly physically abusive. And so I remembered the first time I smoked pot was 14 years old out of a can, a Pepsi can in the middle of a field.
It's been on the
You
show.
know?
I tried it for the first time. A guy on the couch showed me because I said, well, I got to try it. So I can at least say I've done it. So out of a pop can. So did you remember the high? Was it pretty good? Or
Yeah, man. I remember it felt great. I remember in that moment, all of a sudden I was released. I remember feeling like I just floated up off the ground, and it was the greatest feeling in the world. And I have never, ever had anything against that feeling to this day for the rest of my life. It's therapeutic. It's a friend. It's safe. It never feels like it's taking more than it's giving back.
Right.
I can be in harmony with it. On my worst days, I can't really abuse it enough to where I feel like I'm abused.
Right. We smoked so much weed yesterday.
Super.
Most weed I've ever smoked, I think, in my life. And I felt great, you know?
Yeah. And I didn't go make dumb, impulsive decisions.
Nope. I didn't get aggressive. I wasn't an asshole. I didn't shut down.
Happy, sleepy. That was it.
Yeah. I slept like a baby.
And well, because of cannabis, I'm on the world's #1 ranked softball wheelchair team. I just got recognized and got put on that team because of it, because
Nice.
cannabis, because I'm getting out and being able to handle the anxiety.
Right. You're doing
That's
things.
Awesome.
All right. So we know about your first time, your reason for
Yeah.
use, obviously for the Phantom Pain, your method of choice. You smoke flower. Is it a pre-roll? Do you pack your own in a cone, roll your own, smoke bowls? What is it?
I actually love more than anything fecal oil. I love the oil. Oil is something if I can keep oil around, I'm always right on time. I like to medicate in the morning with oil and
Is
some
this
CBD oil.
like the
Hope
tinctures you put
Farms.
under your tongue?
No, I can. I usually just put it in some butter, and then
Okay.
I'll put it, or some peanut butter, and I'll put it on a rice cake with a banana before I go to the gym. And I'll do that. And I mean, it just, that way, I'm 52. I'm going to be 53 next month. I want to outlive my lungs if I can.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And with the pain that I go through, I find better longevity with the oil and the edibles. So if I can start out in the morning with an edible or an oil, and then I like just a joint or a bong, basically. I like bongs or something. I've always just liked the bong.
Yep, I'm with you. I do too. All right. So, man, this has been awesome talking to you today. Anything? So you're amputee. You got a hell of a story, even from your childhood, abused childhood, and then to grow up to this. You're a trauma translator. I mean, I completely understand your title, the trauma that you've been through in your life, and the way you're able to translate it, even today, by words and descriptions of your experience, what you went through, and then even the cure, how cannabis has benefited you and what it does for you, and able to function and go out there and be this inspiring message for everybody else. And you're running 5Ks for the first time ever after the accident, missing your limb with your racing spring-loaded foot. But this has been amazing. It's nice to talk to you today and get this message out about cannabis. Is there any
anybody can do this? I had so much abuse growing up, so much trauma. Like, I only have a 5th grade education, and I'm writing a book, and I'm gonna write a book. And I'm gonna run another 5K, and I'm gonna talk with you guys again. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna get to learn from you guys. I mean, this is an opportunity that's just gonna keep granting me more opportunities.
Now, if people want to follow you and keep up to date with what you're going on, is Instagram your best way, or is it Facebook?
Instagram's my best. That's the one. I don't really do any other things. I've got something on Facebook, but that's mainly where I connect with like wheelchair programs, my limb lab, the amputee programs. I try to stay with professionals over there and not a whole lot of social stuff. I'll put some posts over there on Facebook, and it's just with John and Angie. It's me and my wife, but mainly my trauma translation, my videos, where you can talk to me the most presently, and I'm going to answer you right away on my messenger. I can get you involved and connected to other people. and it's through Instagram. You're going to get me directly, and I will answer you directly as quick as possible.
That's fantastic.
I want to put more people in touch with you, and I really want to get Dustin and Christy on here to talk with you. You guys will be just, blown away.
Well, that is
and
awesome.
If there's other amputees that don't have something, they are the only ones that had a genetic. Now, I'm sure there's more genetics, but that was the one I stopped at because that was the one that worked, and I wasn't hunting. I was looking for what works. Not
exactly.
For what
you found what needed. Yeah. What's the message that you want to share with anybody that may or may not be listening to our show? Like, what's the message you want to share?
Don't let outside influence where you want to go and who you want to talk to and what you want to do and how you find relief. Everybody's method of fixing their life will not work for you. You have to remember that. Never, ever will the way it works for anyone else work for you. You're going to have to take little notes.
Absolutely.
Little pieces, and through taking notes, through taking pieces, you're going to have to give parts of your story away, give parts of your vulnerability life away, give parts of your struggle where you're not good. You have to let people see your struggle if you ever want them to applaud your strength. So many people are hiding today. Stop hiding. Everyone is starving for connection. We got to feed them. We got to feed them, guys.
Well, let's connect at DICK&Dank.com. Like and subscribe on our website. Follow us on Facebook, Spotify at Dick and Dank Productions, Instagram. Dick has dope discussions on Instagram. I'm Mr.Dank5 at YouTube at Mr. Dank5. And then now we're on iHeart.com, Blue Sky Dick and Dank. You search Dick and Dank, find us somewhere. We're out there. Dunk, my distant assistant, she's helping keep track of all of our statistics out there. But man, it's been fantastic. John, we're going to have to get back with you again, see what's going on in your life. Connect us with whoever you want to. Help us grow this show. Help us communicate to the world the benefits of cannabis, and the whole world's going to be a better place.
Sponsor. I'm gonna shout it out every day.
I appreciate the hell out of you, John. Thank you. This has been awesome.
Yeah, here we go. Good night.
Talking things and important facts, like what's next, give me gas. There's a place that you wanna go. The clientele is really slow. DICK&Dank.com, oh yeah. DICK&Dank.com, alright. DICK&Dank.com. Fa la 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 la.
I think I'm officially a little dumber after listening to that. I was actually thinking that as soon as you said that. Perfect.
Good times. How good did that feel? Honestly.